This is a tutorial for the new Hockey Canada Game Incident Report system. Before we start, you may want to access the game sheet. That can be done online through the High Sport website, or if you're assigned through High Sport, you can go into your personal account to the Games tab, scroll down to the game, and you'll see a link to that report. Obviously, having the game sheet will be helpful in filling out your game incident report. It has the location, time, date, names of the teams, the game number in the top right corner, a lot of information that will be important to your submission. The next thing you'll want to do is actually enter your Hockey Canada account by going to the website listed here through Sportal, the same place that you would have set up your account to register for your clinic this year. Once logged into your account, the first thing you'll want to do is actually enter your game incident report. Navigate to the left side where it says Manage, select Game Incident Report, choose your profile to manage with, and simply click Add, and then add in all the game details. Start by inputting all of the game information. There's a space here at the bottom of this form where you can add some general notes that may be important for the league to be aware of that go above and beyond what you'll be putting in your actual incident report. Once the game information has been entered, you can move on to the next step. In step 2, you're going to enter the team information. During this step, you'll choose the home and away team. The branch will default to BC Hockey. Under organization, you can choose the association, league, or program. In the case of the BC Elite Hockey League, type in AAA, find the right region, and under teams, you can select whether it's the U15, 17, or 18 team. In the case of female AAA, just type an F in front of AAA, and it'll filter down to the appropriate regions, and then you can choose the correct team. If it's a Hockey Canada accredited school, type in HCAS, that's the CSSHL, and the program will be there or under typing Academy. All the programs will be found under those two options. Then you can choose again the correct team. If it's a zone team, maybe it's a district interzone team, Northwest District, all of the teams are listed there, for example, or in the Okanagan zone. That's how you'll find those regional-based teams within a particular district. For junior hockey, you can type in the league acronym PJHL, for example, VIJHL, or KIJHL, and all the teams in those particular leagues will be listed so you can select the right home and away team. For the Intercollegiate League, BCIHL, it'll list all the team options there. And for U Sport Canada West, you can type in UBC or Trinity Western, and the male and female teams will show there. For senior, you either type in the word senior or SR, and any of the senior team options will show in the drop-down menu. And finally, for minor hockey, under organization, simply type in the name of the association. For example, Burnaby Winter Club is a minor hockey association. There is an accredited school version, but for the minor hockey association, you just choose Burnaby Winter Club. And for other associations like Richmond Jets, for example, it'll show them as a minor hockey association. Always feel free to reference that game sheet for the name of the association if you're looking it up, as well as the name of the team. Typing in the category of the team, U13, for example, is one of the fastest ways to find the correct team. You'll want to make sure the team name matches what was on the game sheet. Then you'll enter the name of the coach and manager as listed on the game sheet, again, reference to the game sheet. And if for some reason the person that's listed on the game sheet is not on this drop-down menu, you can manually type in the name of that person as it appeared on the game sheet. In some situations, you may have a team from outside of BC. So Hockey Alberta, for example, maybe a minor hockey association team from Airdrie. You can choose the Airdrie Minor Hockey Association, the team that was playing, typing in the category again, maybe U13 and so on, and then fill out the rest of the information as previous. If the team happens to be from outside Hockey Canada, for example, in the United States, you can choose the Other tab and simply type in the name of the team, the coach as it appeared on the game sheet, and the manager. From here, you'll be able to proceed to step 3. Step 3 is entering the official information. Here's where you'll identify yourself as the referee, enter your email address and phone number, and then you can search for other officials. Type in the first and last name of your fellow officials, click search, and when you find the correct person, you can hit add. You put in their position, linesperson or referee, and so on. When you're typing in, make sure it's just the letters of the name. If for some reason there's an extra space, you'll need to delete that in order to find the right person. During step 4, you'll enter the actual game incidents you are reporting. You'll select the player, their number, and under the penalty type, you'll notice there are multiple different options: regular, gross, match, major, game misconduct, and other. We're going to report a checking from behind minor penalty, which is a bit unique as minor is not an option. And in this case, you'll choose game misconduct because it's actually the game misconduct portion of that penalty that you are reporting. You can type in the penalty name, checking from behind, or the rule number, and it'll filter down to the different options that can be reported. For example, here, the minor penalty for game misconduct. You can enter the period, the time in which the penalty was assessed as it appears on the game sheet, and then in the description section, you'll put in your actual verbal report. You can enter multiple incidents within the same game incident report by adding an incident using the Add Incident button. It'll automatically minimize your initial incident to create more space, and you can toggle in and out of that using the arrows. Same process, finding the player or participant that received the penalty, the jersey number, the penalty type. In this case, we're now selecting a major penalty, and it's going to be for head contact. So again, you can type in the rule number or type in the word head contact and multiple options will apply. When the GM acronym is in front of it, it means it's a penalty that requires a game misconduct, an MP match penalty, or a GRM gross misconduct, just for your reference. You enter the time of game and add your description. In the case of major penalties or any situation where an injury has occurred, you'll note that by checking that box, and we'll also have you note whether or not the player that was injured returned to the game. The final example here will be a third incident. Perhaps it's a team official, so no number would be applicable. And under penalty type, we're going to report an 11.4 allegation. So we can choose other as the penalty type in 11.4 to identify the discrimination rule, put in the time of game, of course, and in the description, start your report by noting that this is an allegation. If for some reason it's not an allegation and there was an actual gross misconduct assessed because officials were witness to the incident, you would put the penalty type in as gross misconduct and proceed with explaining that the officials witnessed this incident and put in your report regarding that particular incident. Once the incidents have been fully documented on step 4, you can proceed by hitting confirm in the bottom right corner and moving to step 5, which is submission. Now that all the information is in, you can hit confirm and a window will pop up that says, do you want to submit this game incident report now? You can click yes and it will automatically distribute to the appropriate discipline administrator, or you can click no if you know that you need to add some information but you want it saved. By clicking no, it'll be listed as pending in your inventory of game incident reports. And by clicking that report, a menu will pop up on the right side where you can update any of the info, team, or incident content. When you've made appropriate updates in the pending stage, you can click the top right action button and hit submit. It'll have you confirm, and when you hit submit from there, that pending incident report will now be sent successfully. By selecting export to PDF under the action button, you'll have the ability to see the full summarized report. Finally, if for some reason you need to resubmit an already submitted report, you can do so by selecting that submitted report from your report inventory, and under the action button, click resubmit, and any changes you've made to an already submitted form will go to the appropriate recipient. Thank you for reviewing this process and good luck for the rest of the season.